again, for my family, it's nice for us to have done what we've been able to do and want to do in the future. Again, just to help the next generation, you guys. So I'll uh, I'll hit a few shots. If anybody has questions, I'll just kind of go through some things, things I do as far as where I am now, and we'll just kind of go from there. Um, Obviously, for me, I think the most important thing when it comes to golf, swing wise, is tempo. Does everybody know what tempo means? Right, the fluidity, you're doing it the same thing every time. So for me, if you can do the same thing, you can do the same thing every time. Now, that's what makes a great golf swing. It doesn't matter how it looks. It doesn't matter if you look like Adam Scott, pretty boy with a perfect golf swing, or you look like Tommy Two Glove, who doesn't look like he should be out there. So again, everybody has different golf swings. They all look different, but if you can do it the same thing every single time, that's all that matters. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. What do I think about when I hit a draw? Um, Me, I'm a very natural, hit it pretty straight. I don't curve it much. If I do curve it at all, when I'm hitting well, it's a baby draw. But in general, for me, when I'm hitting a draw, I want to feel my hands turn over. A cut's the opposite. A cut, you're kind of holding it. A draw, you're letting the face release. So for me, um, in fact, I just hands turn over and release the head, which most of the time should be the draw. And again, the game, it's all skill. I've never been a very mechanical type person. Um, the game is all feel. I'm a firm believer in that. You can be mechanical all you want, but if you have no feel, it doesn't matter how good you are. So again, and then a cut is the opposite. So a draw, you release the hands. A cut, you kind of hold the face. Hey Kim, so I kind of emphasize the importance of practice. Yeah. Tell my kids the shape. So I just run us through like what your day looks like when you're out there practicing. Day to like game two. For me, I think it's too hot. I'll say we'll start with your age. At y'all's age, just have fun. It's a fun. It's just like going out and grow, swing, change, change. But it's for me now where I'm at. I look at what I'm good at, and I look at what I'm bad at. Statistically, for me, I'm a long hitter. I hit it far, so for me, it's 150 yards a minute. And also, you want to work on what you're really good at. So for me, I'm really good with the driver. I hit it far. That means you don't want to knock it off. But for me, when I practice, I try to become very specific part of my game. So for me, it's 150 and in, and that's pretty much it. When I practice now, I don't even go hit balls. I'll hit balls for maybe 30, 40 minutes just to make sure I'm lining up stuff like that. Work on distances, but I'm not looking at game. So besides that, it's all short game. And for me, that just helps settle everything else because if you're able to get the ball up and down on a bad day, it helps eliminate some of the round going. If you make a bad bogey when you're not supposed to, then it throws all the bets off. So again, every guy's different. Certain guys, like a Sergio Garcia, one of the best ball strikers. But when he's struggling with his irons, he can't hit it. Or, for instance, Tiger on Southern University of Dominant, he's terrible on the team, statistically. Awful. But he was the best out of the rock. He didn't even have it. So it's everybody's game is different with what they're good at. And so for me, like you said, it's 7 iron down, and that's all I work on. Um, and I try to keep it simple. Golf can be very difficult. Uh, Simplicity is the as difficult as it may seem sometimes. It's taking the green is taking a lot longer at times, but that's all. That's all you try to do. And you guys have questions and achievement.
How are you the champion?
How am I the champion? Um,
That's cute.
I'm not 99.8% of the time. Um, Again, it's having fun with it. I think that's how. If you gotta have fun with it. If not, then you gotta get out of it and do something.
That's right.
Plain and simple.
Yes, that's right. You have fun.
So, teaching pro, I kind of a lot on challenging walk experience. Yeah, so for me, I've kind of been the same for a long time now. Again, I'll figure out our yardage. Um, After that, I'll figure out what club and what shot I want to hit depending on the pin. Um, Again, usually if it's a right pin, I try to work it to the right. If it's a left pin, I try to work it to the left. Previously, I've been a very straight ball type guy. I just think statistically, I do better if I'm trying to work it. I try to be more playful. So, again, I'll pick the club, pick the shot, and then you pick the target. And for me, I kind of take, I don't really take practice swings. Just kind of try to just feel it and just go. And I like I said, not be so mechanical. So our pre-shot routine is kind of like a little feel I have. Like I said, I'm cut it. I just feel like I hold it a little bit, walk the ball, I can turn it over. I get back, and I've always kind of, it just helps my line of sight. I kind of use my dominant line and pick my target with the left side of the shaft. And then I get in, set my club with my feet, I look once, get my
Can you
hand,
please
I
get
look,
my bag
and
over there? Put this one here. My bag. Put my bag here, please. My bag. My bag. Put the bag here. Because the water is running.
this is a 6 iron. So that's kind of my pre-shot. And everybody's different. So
Bag.
some guys like taking a lot of swings, some guys and over it, and this is kind of their thing. So whatever works for you, just stick to it because there's no wrong answer for it. The most what? Favorite course. Um, um, I would have to say, I guess, yeah, you definitely can't go wrong with Augusta during the Masters. So definitely that one. Um, yeah, the way it plays during the tournament, it's nothing. We have watched it just like at your age. I'll sit on the couch all day long and watch the Masters speak. But being there was a whole other experience of playing the last couple of years. Uh, I would definitely say that's the insurance. What are your top three favorite courses? Mm. I said, grew up, so we played, which I little fun deal we had. It was I played Whitney Oaks mostly. Um, Whitney Oaks. We had a fun little game out at Morgan Creek, every, I think it was Wednesday or Monday or Wednesday, and then we would rotate from Morgan, uh, well, I guess Dark Horse down. It's not technically Sacramento. Morgan. I grew up Hagen Oaks, playing out there, Little Linkers. Um, kind of played all over, but the main two were probably Morgan Creek and Whitney Oaks were the two main courses I played mostly. Yeah.
Mindset wise, what do you think you can do with shots?
Um, well, like I said, we'll keep it PG. Again, for me, it's trying to keep your mind off of stuff. So again, you're out there 5 hours, you hit a shot, and you got to wait another 15 minutes before you hit the next shot. So again, it all depends on the dynamic you have with your caddy, but just have fun, jokes. Think about non-golf stuff. I'm at your age. I wish I could have your brains. Y'all don't care about anything besides what you're doing now and what you're eating for dinner. So, but for us, it's just trying to have a calm mental state. Being in the present when you got to hit a shot, but besides that, just off. Talk about something else. It's anything else but golf. So,
Think about something that go. Just focus. Focus.
Kind of
Wow.
clutch moments in your career.
Yeah.
What helps you what do you do to kind of keep that ice in the veins on those clutch moments?
From what I can remember from those moments, again, they're all very vague because it happened so fast. But um, I wanted it so bad, and at that moment, you're not thinking anything negative. So it's just what do I got to do, and just do it. So I think the few times I've had, I think all of my wins I had to do something kind of not crazy, but I had to do something. So again, for me in that moment, it was just that was my task, and that's I didn't want to lose, and I was trying to do everything I could not to do that. So being in that, I was never nervous. Um, I think I was more nervous on the first tee than I was actually hitting the shot or making the putt. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree. Next question.
Again, with golf, you just want to have fun with it. Like I said, hit different shots. Don't just kind of do the same thing. For me, I've learned that I've scored better when I've done that. Like you said, if it's a left pin, hit a draw. If it's a right pin, try to hit a cut. Just be more playful with it and not try to be so robotic. If it's a backslide, it's a little windy, hit it nice and low and let it just kind of skip back there. There's many different things that you can do
It's okay. Have fun.
to get the ball in the hole. So there's no pictures on the screen. One more questions?
Yeah, never.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
what's the difference? Is it driving quick that day? Is it helping them be able to see everything?
I think putting's a very mythical. Yes, you have to putt, but if you can't get close, then it doesn't matter. So I just think everything just kind of when you have those weeks, it all comes together. You get the chips up and down. 70-80% of the time. You're making everything on tour. It's inside 8 feet. That's basically all that matters. If you're on the top that can make 80% of your putts inside 8 feet, you're going to be in the top.
What, baby?
So,
Hmm.
um, like I said, The guys that win each week is always that statistic.
The
But
one?
like I said, you got to do it all. You got
Okay.
to drive it well. Main thing is the iron play. Um, you look at like
Ang buburay.
the myth is that Adam Scott and Sergio can't put it into the ocean off the sand, so they've been in the top for I've watched them my whole entire life. So, but again, they're one of the best ball strikers that ever lived. And the same for BJ Singh. I've got to spend a lot of time with BJ, and it's the same deal. The guy's won over 100 times worldwide, and he's fourth all-time money list, but they act like he can't putt. But again, it's top five ball striker all the time. So again, it all has to come together. But ball striking I think is number one. Iron play is number one. Driving's number two. Chipping three, and putting is last. I mean, it's. I feel like we make it a lot more difficult than it needs to be. It is important. Don't get me wrong, but if you're hitting it to 40 feet every hole, you're not going to make any of it. So
I'm gonna post. Because of the picture,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna post.
How old were you when you thought you wanted to putt?
You want to be a golfer?
Professional.
I think young, probably around 8 to 10.
Wow.
Just because of, you said I was fortunate of how good I was at that age. Playing up, I was 8 years old without my dad, which I hated at the time. I don't know why he was doing that, but I would play in like the 12 to 15 age group, and I was 8. So, and I was able to compete with them. So I think that's hard from 8. Yeah, I'd say 8 to 12 years old is kind of where I saw, okay, I'm pretty good at it. And just kind of go from there and see what happens. So, but yeah, like I said, it was as kids, we don't realize some things our parents do. And we'll be frustrated and mad. Again, like I said, playing when I'm this big, I'm playing against kids this big. Um, but in the long run, it was the most beneficial thing, just because I'm playing up and these guys are way better, and I have to try to compete and play with them. So
That's cool. Right.
You have cross grip.
what do you mean, Buck?
Cross grip.
No, I'm just very. I overlap. So, I said my grips they're not too big, but I have short, stubby fingers with big palms, so it's easier for me to overlap than it is to interlock. So I've gone back and forth, but for me, it's more
What
comfortable if
motivates you to
basically if
play?
I overlap my big feet with my pointer finger on my left hand. So, and that's just because the way my hands are. It's like I said, I got short, little stubby fingers. So,
What's the lowest score you've ever got?
um, I've shot 60 once. It wasn't a tournament. I think I was on the web.com. I shot 62. Yeah, it was 62 in a tournament. So yeah, that's around where you just kind of have blinders and everything goes perfectly. So that doesn't happen often. So Cameron, so like we have some parents. They're putting their finger off. That's pretty fair. Like I said, I think now that I have my son 7 weeks old again when I start. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed my sleep last night. That's not a way, so. I think just have fun with it. They have to enjoy it. They have to find some enjoyment in it, or they're just not going to want it. They'll just get burnt out of it. So I think that's with any sport. And obviously, the ones that are really into it, I mean, if they want to be pushed, again, every kid's personality is different. Some kids can be kind of old school the way I was brought up, be pushed very, very hard and deal with it, and some kids can't. That's just depending on each individual. It's kind of finding that good balance The ones that are really into it and you want to push them in that direction. But I think, like I said, from this age, they're growing. They're going to grow to their 16, 17, 18 years old. Just enjoy it. I would say is my main thing.
Wait, I have a question. You
Yes.
asked question. I have a question in mind about the golf.
Yeah, it's definitely
Question is,
a little
what
bit of a
motivates
jump.
you to play golf when you are young?
Obviously, being away, I went all the way to Texas for school. Little bit of a jump, different environment.
It's better.
I would say it's
So
obviously the
can
competition's
encourage
better.
to the people
You're
to
playing every
the
single
young
day.
kids.
You pretty much school, practice, school, wake up to do it again. And that's kind of how it was for my 4 years. But again, the college it's fun. It's fun, and enjoy the time that you'll have when you get there because it goes by very quickly.
I also want to step in on this because we do a lot of things around the country with junior golfers. And I believe that there's a school for every kid.
Yep.
There's a school for every kid. Cameron has seen times where kids want to go to a big name school. And you get there and you might not ever get to play, and the whole 4 years doesn't become that fun. So there's a lot of schools out there. Almost every year, especially for girls, there's over 200 scholarships that are just sitting there that nobody uses. Over 200 scholarships a year throughout the country. So I say there's a school for everybody. There's D1, D2, D3, but there is a school. Okay.
Oh, it's nice to hear.
All right. Any last questions?
What's your favorite type of golf club?
Um, I'd have to say driver. Yeah. I mean, what's not fun about hitting a driver? So, yeah, I would definitely say driver. And occasionally, when sometimes I'll play a 2-iron depending on the course. That's always a fun club, just because how low I hit it. When I say depending on the course, if it's firm and I don't really need a 3-wood, I'll throw a 2-iron in. And certain balls I'll hit just kind of like a low stinger that will roll forever. So I'll say those two clubs.
Take 2 more questions.
Yeah.
What do you think is the perfect balance for going to the course?
Say that again, sweetie.
Like, how many times do you play the course and then looks like the perfect balance?
I would say as much as you want, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I remember middle school. I'd get out and I'd walk up to the course, and I would just play. Some days, obviously, your kids, you want to do other stuff. Some days, my parents were fine with that. I would just go home and hang out and play with my friends. But on the days I wanted to play, I would just play until I was done. Some days it would be 5 holes. Some days it would be 18 holes, 9 holes. It just was all dependent on how I was feeling, what I wanted to do. So I would say just a good balance right now is just whatever you feel like doing and what you want to do. So that way you enjoy it.
I want to be a PGA golfer one day like you. Do you have any advice?
The takeaway. I would say practice till your hands bleed. I'm kidding. No, just like I said, if you enjoy it, just keep playing. Play as much as you possibly can. Like you said, there's no balance. It's. I was a kid too. I had days when I wanted to go play with my friends, but when I was at the course, that was all I wanted to do. So if it is what you want to do, just play as much as you possibly can. That's what I would say. At your age, I didn't. It's very difficult for a 10 to or even younger, an 8 to 14-year-old to sit out there all day and pound balls. For me, I found it just playing. We'd meet guys at the course I played, and my dad was comfortable enough when we knew them for many years. I would just go play with them, all day. And like I said, I would, whenever I'm done, it could be 5 holes, 9 holes, however many holes, they come pick me up. So if it's what you want to do, just play it as much as you want to do it. And then one day, when the practice keeps adding up, then you'll be out here.
Far do you hit?
How far? Shit. Oh, I can hit it kind of far. I try. Far is good, but you got to hit it straight. Straight is the key. You can't hit it straight, then far can be not good. I was gonna hit some low ones. No, I'm not. I'm gonna hit low into this tree. We're just gonna try to go right in the middle of this tree. Oh, yeah. Yeah. If it's that height, it should be fine. I'm not hitting it. I'll just hit it really low. So this is kind of my low one that I did not have until I went to Texas, and I needed it very badly. So that's kind of my little low shot.
Hey Cameron, so can you kind of tell the kids like the transition from kind of junior level golf to high school golf to college golf and now to the pros, like the difference of competition and what it takes on that those different.
Yeah, I just think each level you have a tier. High school, you move away from your parents, you're on your own. Um, Again, the level of golf goes up, um, and then from college, I think the main jump is from college to pros. Um, it's even as good of a school I played at, it's a lot different. Um, like you said, it's a whole nother animal because then you're playing obviously to have a job, to make money. And if you don't, then you're just kind of playing mini tours and things like that. So um, I would say the main jumps from college to pros. And again, it's a different lifestyle. It's all around a little bit different. Um, when you're out here again, it's very trying to keep it in terms that I understand. Um, I would just say the main thing is the travel. You're traveling nonstop. You're away. I'm probably away 40 weeks out of the year from January till December, which is a lot. It's traveling sometimes on your own. Um, it's going hotel to hotel, week to week. So again, as an adult, once you become there and you get to that position, there's a lot of other things that add up. So I would just say in general, it's college. You kind of have a set schedule, and then once you go to pro, you're all on your own. You have nobody to help you. You have nobody to set your schedule. You have nobody to do any of that. So it's kind of a whole. It's another tier of becoming an adult and figuring it out on your own.
Cameron, is there anything else you want to tell the kids before they kind of get done watching you hit balls, they get out there and start hitting balls and stuff?
Yeah, like I said, I would say the main thing, guys, is have fun with it. That is the ultimate goal. Have fun. Even where I'm at, I could get in situations where I'm just not enjoying myself, and I got to take a step back. Because if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then you shouldn't be doing it. So, but I would just say enjoy it, have fun with it, try to beat everybody. That's the main thing. Everybody. That was how I was. I was the worst loser ever. I would get in trouble because I would whine to my dad after we were losing, and he'd just say, "Don't lose." So losing is not fun, but just have fun with it. Okay, that's the main thing.
Sweet. Nice.
All right, one more. Let's get a little low one again. Try and keep it below the trees.
Say one more. And on the go. Real quick, by the way, he still got to go pick up his range ball.
Yeah, which I did not like doing.
Awesome. Thank you, Cameron.
All right, guys.
last thing, did you guys have to see the ball out there? Pick it up, it's yours. Okay, ball out there, see it, pick it up.
Go Aggies.
Everybody stay tight.